Hello, and welcome to Useful Data Tools with Evidence Oracle. My name is Susan Jenkins, and I'm a Senior Advisor with Evidence Oracle, a consortium of data science and evaluation experts. I'm excited to talk with you today about validating an evaluation plan that you've used AI to help you develop. To access this checklist and other tools, please visit the Insights and Tools page at evidenceoracle.com. But before we get started, a few considerations. AI can generate evaluation plans quickly, but speed doesn't guarantee quality. This checklist helps you move from AI-generated to decision-ready evaluation plans that you can trust. Think of it as a safeguard to ensure that your plan is credible, feasible, and aligned with your real program. Let's jump in. This checklist can help you critically review and strengthen AI-generated evaluation plans before you use them in real-world decision-making. It guides you through 10 essential areas, including clarity of purpose, alignment with program reality, logic and methods, and ethical considerations, so that you can identify gaps, inaccuracies, or risks that your AI output may overlook. How to use this 10-point checklist? When you access the checklist, you should read through your AI-generated plan, and for each question, you will mark yes, this part of my plan meets the standard, no, my plan does not meet the standard, a problem has been identified, or unsure. We need some review. We need to bring in experts. We need to maybe look up credentials and standards in evaluation. If mostly your answers are yes, your plan is likely usable with minor refinement. If you have more than 3 unsure answers, you should absolutely review the sections carefully and revise. If you have more than 3 no answers, do not use this method, this evaluation plan, without expert input. You really need to redo the evaluation plan. Clarity of purpose and scope. Start by asking, what is this evaluation trying to do and why? Why do you need the information? What decisions are you going to make when you have the information? AI often generates vague or overly broad questions that sound good but lack precision. You want clear evaluation questions that are directly tied to your program goals and realistic in scope. If you can't clearly explain the purpose of the evaluation, then it's not the right evaluation for you. It needs to be documented, the decisions, the assumptions, the material needs to really be a clear line from this is what we want to know to this is how we're going to know it. The next checklist area is alignment with program reality. Does the evaluation plan reflect how your program or policy actually operates, not how it looks on paper, not the ideal? AI may assume ideal conditions and ignore real constraints like data gaps or staffing limitations. There may also be seasonal differences in your program. Is it more subscribed in certain periods? Make sure that the plan reflects your actual population, activities, and resource environment. A good plan must fit your real-world program or policy and not an idealized version. Logic and causal reasoning, theory of change. A strong evaluation explains how activities lead to outcomes. AI sometimes skips this step and jumps straight to outcomes without explaining the how or why. What is the mechanism of change that your program is offering or that your policy is expecting as the result? Clear logic helps to ensure your evaluation is testing meaningful relationships and not just collecting data. If the logic is weak, the evidence will be weak. You also have to look at the appropriateness of your methods. Are the methods matched to your questions, your timeline, and your available data? AI may suggest complex methods that sound impressive but are not feasible. You need methods that are practical and appropriate for your context. Is observation what you should be doing based on the type of program you have? Should you do a survey? Should you do focus groups? Is your need for information more exploratory or more confirmatory? These are things that you need to ask to determine, are the methods practical? The best method is one that you can actually implement well, that fits your data need. Validity of measures and indicators. Are we measuring the right things in the right way? AI often uses generic indicators like success or impact without defining them. What do you mean by success? Are people that go through your program or that are impacted by your policy more healthy, more likely to be employed, have higher graduation rates, less likely to recidivate? What is actually success? What is the specific impact that you're looking for? Make sure that indicators are specific, meaningful, and tied to real outcomes. What you measure shapes what you learn, and what you learn shapes what you decide. Bias, fairness, and inclusion always should be a consideration. Does the evaluation consider different populations and potential disparities? AI outputs may overlook equity or embed hidden assumptions. You want to ensure that your evaluation captures diverse experiences and avoids biased conclusions. Are there different subpopulations and subgroups? If you're thinking about an evaluation of an employment plan, do you want to compare new employees to seasoned employees to see if they're different in how they respond to your program? You're going to want to look at different subgroups that are meaningful to you for your program and for your policy. An evaluation that ignores representation can lead to unfair or incomplete decisions. Transparency and explainability. This is something for you as you look at your evaluation plan. Can you explain that evaluation plan in your own words? Can you sell it? If you can't explain why certain methods or indicators were chosen, that's a red flag. Evaluation plans should be understandable and not a black box. Well, we're going to do a survey. We're going to find out some secret information, and then we're going to know what works well for whom. That is never a good recipe. If you don't understand the plan and you can't trust it or defend it, it's not a good evaluation plan. It needs to be more specific, more balanced, and more relevant for your particular program and information needs. Feasibility and practicality are very closely related to that. Is this plan realistic given your time, your staff, and your resources? AI may design evaluations that are technically strong but operationally impossible. A usable plan must be doable, not just theoretically sound. A perfect plan that can't be implemented has zero value. Ethical and data considerations. Does the plan address privacy, consent, and responsible use of data? AI plans often omit ethical safeguards unless prompted. You need to ensure the evaluation protects participants and uses data responsibly. Data governance is increasingly important and related to trust. People will not give you good data. They will not participate in your survey. They will not work with you if they do not trust that you're going to use the data responsibly and with respect. Ethics are not optional, they're foundational. Standards for program evaluation, as outlined in the CDC evaluation framework and the American Evaluation Association evaluation standards, highlight ethics as foundational. Human oversight and review. This may be the most important step. Don't use AI outputs blindly. You must critically review, question, and validate the plan. If possible, involve someone or a set of people with evaluation expertise. AI is a good starting point, but not at all a substitute for judgment. Technical judgment, professional judgment. This checklist helps you turn AI from a shortcut into a strategic tool. It ensures your evaluation plan is credible, actionable, and aligned with your program. And remember, the goal isn't to reject AI, it's to use it wisely and responsibly. So please join us for other notes on data tools, and for more examples like this tool and other helpful materials, you can visit the Evidence Oracle website at www.evidenceoracle.com.